It's rolling. She said she ain't ready.
And you said you wasn't ready.
All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. And since we are at the tail end of Love Month, the month of February, I got my ladies with me.
Woo woo!
Hey. So I'm going to have y'all introduce yourselves. We're going to go from left to right. And if you want to say something quirky about yourself, that's fine too. But all we need is name. Okay?
Hi, people. My name is Jenai Hill. Welcome back to Tossy Talks. Come back. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm Jenai.
She's Jenai. Okay.
Don't ask me no questions.
Wow. We were moving on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sabrina.
Oh, it's my turn. They know you already, right?
They know me already.
Hey, y'all. I'm Teyonna. Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany.
This video is about living single. All right, so y'all ladies could be as open and honest as you can, want to be. If you want to, just say whatever you want. Okay? Now, the first question I will ask you ladies, how is single life present time? Pandemic. What does it mean to you?
Whoa, wow.
That's a good question.
Tragic. Loaded. Tragic. That's the word of the day.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Yeah,
Yes, come on, volunteer.
You can do that.
I can't. For me, during the pandemic, I feel like I'm relearning myself. I was in something before, but like it also helped me realize what I don't like, what I am capable of handling, things that I thought I've grown out of. I kind of have to take a step back and be like, okay, maybe I'm not done healing. It's been a journey, but we're gonna get through it.
Come on, process.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to be patient with myself and like Tati always tells me, you gotta be graceful, you gotta be
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
It's hard, but we doing it.
Because when it's I don't mean to, I want y'all to talk, but it's like if you're like go looking for it, you're gonna get a bad can of worms.
Yeah.
So.
And literally to what you just said, me and Teyonna, that's my roommate. So we always if we decide to go out anywhere, I think our last discussion of going out somewhere, because we are in a pandemic, and so we were going into the gathering spot. And so I made a comment, and we check each other on this. We check each other and make sure we don't say, we could say it, but make sure we don't live it in our minds. It was like, oh, maybe I can find my future boyfriend. And then Tiana's like, do not.
We're going to work.
We're going to the gathering spot to work. Shout out to Gathering Spot ATL. That's a co-working space. But there's only so much where we can go in these times. So being single in these times, there's only so much that we can half of our face is covered.
Right.
So nobody can really see us. And then
you can't see other people.
And I can't see other people. and it's reciprocated. So where I can't see other people. And so when we do decide to go somewhere, I just have to get out of my head that, oh, this might be the moment where I found my man. And I cannot go into the thought process of trying to always find my boyfriend.
That's
Because when I go in trying to, that mental of seeking out for something, I will always now be disappointed and I won't get work done. I went to a co-working space, never got work done, or I went somewhere and never really had fun with my girls because I'm looking for my attentions are now distracted. So I don't know if the question was on me, but how I'm living in my singleness right now is just being out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. It's just go be with your girls. Sabrina's in town. Have fun. Wherever you and Sabrina go is wherever you and Sabrina go. And if I meet somebody in the process, that's what I'll do. But my focus should not be seeking.
That's it. That's what I was going to say. That's kind of where I am. It's like the pandemic has given me a real big opportunity to focus more on Brittany and my Brittany's thing.
Yeah.
I wrote a book. That's
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Hold on, I need a copy.
Shameless plug. Hold on. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
I wrote a book.
I wrote a
book. No, but it's called The Season of Self. And I feel like I wrote it pre-pandemic, and it kind of came out like at the beginning of the pandemic. But I feel like being in the house has really challenged me to focus and relive out, honestly, all the things that I wrote in the book. And that was like a big part of it, is being focused, you know, not necessarily putting my focus on like, where am I going to meet him? Or like, is this going to happen? Or is this the person, you know? But like, do I even like them? You know,
I even like them?
I like them, right.
Do they fit? Do they fit me? Do they fit where I'm trying to go? You know, we put a lot of focus on like guys and like, oh, well, you know, does he think I'm cute? Is he gonna like my hair? Do I dress well enough for him? Like, you dress well enough for me. So,
me!
Like,
Brittany!
Let's be clear. Like, what are you bringing to the table, my guy? Because like, I got this. Like, what do you have?
So good.
But yeah, that's part of the focus.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm really
so
focusing on like me and like my goals and what I want to do, where I want to go. Because writing the book was a big goal for me. And so now that that's done, I'm like, okay, Lord, like what's next? You know? And I don't need someone coming that's going to distract me from what's
I
next.
love that. Yeah.
I need someone who's going to enhance what's next. So just a little piggyback off of focus.
I love that. I love that.
That was good.
It's a piggyback.
I can agree. I feel like, I mean, this pandemic just forces you to slow down and to just think about what you really want. And I feel like for me, I'm just realizing like, maybe I've wanted a boyfriend for so long. Wanted a fiance and a husband, you know, the process, right? But I'm just like, maybe like I need to like do things. Like I always thought that I was ready. And I think I've realized in this pandemic, like I'm ready to get to know somebody. I'm ready to date and be courted. But like a boyfriend, like I want it. But I'm realizing that there's things in my life that I need to work on and do before I have the space for that person in my life. So I'm like focusing on myself and, you know, what I really want. And then like you said, like, is this the guy that I would want? Not just like, do I like them?
Yeah.
So it's a journey, but I think I'm also checking my intentions of like when I am going out, like it'd be right to be approached and to meet somebody, but like I'm going out and putting myself in a position to be found. If that happens or not, that's not my jurisdiction. I can't determine that, but like I'm open to it, you know. But I think I'm just realizing that like there's work I need to continue to do to open up, and I have the time and the energy to you know take on somebody else's stuff, because I think that like we get so focused, or at least I get so focused on, you know, like the cute stuff and the dating, but like if I already had a day and then he's coming over, I'm like, look.
That's
I can't do all this.
Right. Like, I already had a bad day.
Right.
So your bad day and my bad day.
What we gonna do?
Now I have attitude.
No, right. For your situation, like I just need you gotta have the mental capacity to even handle somebody else's stuff. And I think that this pandemic has helped me see that like it'd be nice to date, but like I gotta make sure I'm in a good space to be able to receive whatever somebody else got going on.
I think you made a really, really good point too about like experiencing things for yourself as a single woman. Like I feel like sometimes we will like not go to certain places or not do certain things because you're like, oh, I want to experience this with my guy or my dude. But you gotta date yourself.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
facts.
if I want to go here and eat,
That's
I'm gonna go
facts.
eat.
That's
I'm gonna
facts.
and enjoy myself.
Literally, me and Teyonna had this conversation a couple weeks ago. You were saying like, oh, I wanted to go to this restaurant, but I'm gonna take my mom instead. She was like, yeah, it'd be like a really cute date night, and I was like, girl, if you don't go to that restaurant, and then when that boy try to take you, you could be like, been there, did that. Come a little hard.
Come a little hard.
Like, don't stop. Not really, but don't stop yourself from going places to wait for someone to take you.
Yeah.
Do it.
Right.
Do it. Experience it.
That is so good.
Because you don't know when that person's going to come and you don't miss out on all these good
Yes.
I got a story for that. Actually, I got a story for that.
Story
So,
time?
Yeah.
I unexpectedly bought a house 5 years ago.
You did.
unexpectedly. It was, people were like, I want to buy a house, I'm going to save. I was like, I want to move out the ghetto, and I want to move my family out the ghetto, but we looking for places to rent.
Mm-hmm.
God worked it out. I bought a house.
Amen.
And I would always say, I will move. So it's a house my family lived in. My family lives with me. So I'm like, they used to. Let me say that, because that's okay. I'm going around in circles. So I would always say, when I meet my man, he gonna take me out of this house, and we gonna get a nice townhouse in the city. And I said, oh, I'm not even dating anybody. I'm ready to get out of this house and just not live with my family anymore. Like, love them to death, but living with your mama, even if your name is on the lease, like, it still feel like your mama house.
Yeah, if you living with your mama, it's
your
mama house.
It's
your mama house.
Right. It don't matter whose name is on the lease.
It's your mama.
It's your mama house. And so, I was like, had this thought in my head that, like, when I meet somebody and, it just happens and we date and we get married and I move out, and I said, I can't put my life on pause for that.
Yeah.
And Jenai presented an opportunity to move in, and I said, let's do it. Because I don't know.
I can't wait for my future husband.
It's going to take me out of my house, and I want to live on the Beltline. Right. For those who don't know, the Beltline is this old railroad track that goes around the city of Atlanta. Super cute. So I said, I want to live over there. So I'm like, I still don't know, when the dating thing's going to happen, but like, I'm in a position where I'm happier, and this is what I wanted to do, and I can't wait for somebody to take me out of my parents' house, to experience that. So
I always think about it like that way too, because like men aren't doing that.
No, not in the slightest.
They're not waiting for us to be like, oh, when I get my woman or when I get my wife or whatever.
That's when I want to get a house. But they get in the house now.
Right.
So like,
we feel so led. Get your house, and whoever's supposed to come, they'll be right with it.
Right. They're like, oh, you got a
baby, y'all a boss up, get another house, and now you got a rental.
Hey now.
Come on.
Yes, come through. What?
Y'all just boss up.
Yes.
I love that. Just boss up.
Yes, so good. So we've been talking about like all the positivities of living single. But again, we in a pandemic, right? We in a pandemic, and obviously, to Jenai's point, and my nails broken. I'm sorry, y'all.
It is.
I forgot that it was. To Jenai's point, it's really hard to just go out and be yourself and have all these masks on. What do you guys do because I know there's moments where it's like, okay, well, I gotta stay home. Well, then how am I gonna meet people? How do you like combat that like feeling of defeat or feeling of frustration or feeling of sadness or feeling of just like every negative thing that is coming your way, and you're thinking like, well, I'm never gonna meet anybody, I'm never gonna date, I'm never gonna get married. How do you, and even if you're not there yet, what are you doing to try to combat that and like come out in a positive light?
That's a really good question.
I will start. So I don't know about a lot of people that's working physically through the pandemic. So I'm one of an essential worker. So like I am physically going somewhere. People, half the world is staying home. Truly like just staying put. Like they roll over, clock in, they get dressed, and they're in their living room going at it. Still working just as hard, but there's half of the population that's physically putting in the work with masks on and out there. And so how I figured out, first I want to commend myself because I know why I'm single at this point. Pandemic taught me why I'm single. I'm single for my own particular reasons. I just have a bigger dream for Jenai and just for another brand that I truly don't have time. Oh, I don't want to say it.
No, for real.
I don't want to say it. Okay, I truly don't have time for a boyfriend. Like it's almost like a puppy. Like everybody wants a freaking puppy. Right. But like, do you have time for a puppy?
That's a lot of energy.
No, you gotta feed it, you gotta walk it, you gotta hug it, you gotta like pet it and like make sure it's okay. And it's like, do I walk myself? No. Like, do I feed myself? Barely. This is my dinner. So like, don't know. So first I want to start with that. Like, I know with pandemic on why I'm single. throughout the pandemic of just working, I'm trusting now the things that my parents have instilled in me. So now my character, now my personality has to show. And so just while I'm at work, because I'm talking just for me, because I'm physically going somewhere. So the people, like my coworkers, don't have a crush on my coworkers, but like even like AT&T, Comcast, I'm making sure that my personality flourish a little bit more, because I know that tonight I'm not going out to a bar. I can't. I mean, I live in Atlanta, so I can. But like I'm choosing the responsible route of like just not going out like that. And when I do go out, I'm very safe. I'm with friends, my quarantine friends or whatever. But like I'm trusting now my character. Mm-hmm. So like just in my everyday life, like just live your life, and whoever comes through your life, like Comcast, AT&T, I'm a leasing agent. So like I come through with Comcast, AT&T, construction workers, and whoever, like anybody that wants a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, I just make sure that my personality flourish, and whatever happens through there, I take it to God. Because at this point, it's not up to me. I can't just be like, hey, Jenai, you're barricading yourself in your apartment, as I would, because pre-COVID, I would barricade myself in my apartment and be like, Jenai, you should really go out to like a bar, or you should go out to like a little lounge and just be seen, like just be approachable to people. Mm-hmm. Now we can't do that. Mm-hmm. It's truly like we now cannot do that. So now I just trust my character, my personality on whoever that I organically walk through, and I feel like that's better now. Yeah, because it's just like I did not go out to a bar to figure it out and just let my personality flow. You came in my office, and now you saw my personality. Yep. You liked my personality, and now we boyfriend girlfriend.
That's a hand move.
Okay, I don't know where it's coming.
We boyfriend girlfriend now. So like, I'm trying to always see the good in like how to date. I'm a dope girl. I'm cool. Mm-hmm. I'm so cool. So like even with a sheet wrapped over my face, I know that a man will still fall in love with me.
Come on.
However you meet me.
Yes.
So that's how I overcome. I'm trying to trust my dopeness. Actually.
Wish I had the hat.
Shameless plug.
I'm actually trying to do that.
I'm trusting my dopeness hats. SolelySerena.com.
Amen.
I'm really trying to trust my character and my dopeness and my coolness, and whoever just walks past my way, they just fall in love with me.
And they will.
And they will. I'm assuming.
No, you don't.
No,
they will.
They will.
They will. The right one will. We saying that. Like life into
yeah. Manifest it. Tell me that.
Talk about it. No, I'm in a similar boat where I'm like, I feel like I'm coping in a few different ways. Like, okay, let's talk about, when I have my days and I'm like, I just want to talk to somebody. I fire up the Bumble. And then I'm like, this is stupid.
Be true about it.
This is dumb. I don't feel like this is too much work. So I'm one of those on and off again online daters, because I'm just like, this is not, no. So when I'm having my days, like for me, that makes me feel like I got some type of control. Like I could hit somebody up and just start a conversation. And I think even with that, like I'm approaching it, because I used to approach it of like, I'm trying to date for real. What y'all doing? You want to take me out? What you gonna do? What you trying to do? And in the back of my mind, like that's my end goal. But I'm just like, okay, let me just spark a conversation. Everything is not gonna lead to a real date. Mm-hmm. That's my thought process. But I really go back and forth, and I will delete it and reinstall it and delete it. So other ways that's a bit more healthy to cope with. I have been practicing praying for my husband. Don't know who I'm praying for. So this person in my mind, I'm like, God, I don't know who this man is, but I'm gonna pray for him, and that wherever he's at in his life, that you're preparing him, and all of that good stuff. So I'm hoping that is helping along the process. And then what Jenai said, like I think I'm also just finding more confidence in myself and like hyping myself up, but then also like my friends hype me up. I have a lot of good girlfriends, and I'm like,
yes.
they're like, like one of my friends literally texted me today. I haven't talked to her in a long time, but she's like, "You're gorgeous," and that's all. Have a good day.
Thank
and I was
you.
just like, I am.
But I am though.
I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna put some makeup on, you know. So I just think I'm just like coming into myself a little bit more, and just like finding myself and owning my dopeness and who I am, and just allowing that to like shine, so that if somebody else comes in my life, they're like, damn, this girl, like, how is she not wiped up? And I'm like, I know.
Facts.
Like, how is she not wiped
the
up?
same thing.
Waiting on you, Sam.
Waiting on you.
I
Right,
love
right,
it,
right.
though, because I wasn't like a dating app person for real until we got stuck in the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. But I have a very like short span with men. Like, I'm like, oh, we could talk for 2 days, and I'm like, ah, you're boring.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't feel it.
yes, it's not there for me. Like I don't know. It's not. I hate it. So like, I don't know. It took me a while to go through the apps and be like, okay, well, this is not for me. Like, I truly don't believe that who I'm supposed to be with is gonna be found on my phone, like on the interstates. You know, I feel like I'm waiting, or in that wonderful process of waiting to figure out like where my when my husband's gonna find me. The Bible says he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Not she.
Not she.
The
Bible says he
that findeth. So I don't know. Like I've tried to do the dating app thing, but I really just feel like now I'm in more of a preparing process and a preparing season, because I am truly like of the belief that love is a choice, and I have to want to like continue to choose you.
Yeah.
And I have to like you in order to choose you.
Right.
So you have to kind of like make up in your mind, like I'm gonna keep choosing you, even when you get on my nerves. You know, when you come in the house and have a bad day, and I have a bad day, like hopefully you're in the same mind frame that I'm choosing you and you choosing me.
You are. Because like, okay, so to piggyback off of that,
Please.
the people that I've met in my life, I try to bring it back to my current time, and like the people that I've dated, I don't think they can come in the way that I live my life now. I don't think they can come into my house or our house with an attitude. At this point now, it's toxic because I'm gonna get with you. Like I am about to now, like, I don't think I'm that woman because I didn't find that man. No. So I don't think I'm that woman to be like, I love you so much that I see that you had a hard day. I had a hard day. Let me humble down, because now in my space, I'm like, oh, you had a hard day. Let me tell you about mine. Let's go tit for tat, and let's see who had the worst. And so, like, these are the reasonings on why I know that I'm single. This is reason number 5, okay, on why. Because if you come into our house talking about you had a bad day, well, let me tell you about mine. Okay? Let's figure it out. Let's email somebody. So, like, and a part of being a good wife, a part of being a good girlfriend and being submissive, as we should, is to the right person.
Okay. Yeah.
To the right person.
Exclamation point, highlighted.
Is to humble yourself, and is to like not really shy away or not put your feelings to the side, but it's more of like humbling yourself and being submissive and be like, you've had a rough day. Let me shut my mouth and being a brat. I'm a brat. Such a brat. If anything inconvenienced me in the most 1%, I've had a bad day. So like
The whole day.
the whole day.
So she said 1%. It's like a 0.3.
I mean 0.1. Okay. If anything inconvenienced me, now I've had a bad day.
It's raining. She got a bad day.
Yeah,
Just
like
exactly.
I'm supposed to walk to the office in rain? That's stupid. So okay. Anyway.
Oh no.
To agree with her, like the reason why I'm single is because one of the reasons on why I'm single is because I truly have to let go of my own problems and truly listen to somebody else's problems, because I truly feel like my bad day, when I come into the house, I have truly bad days. Like, truly, I have bad days. And so when I come into the house, I have to respect somebody else's bad day, and I don't think I'm there. I'm not there.
I mean, listen, know yourself.
Yeah, not there.
Right.
Not there.
It is.
No,
My bad day is my bad day, and it's period.
Yeah.
So you have to have a good day at this point. At this point, you have to have a good day, because your bad day doesn't make sense to me.
That is so funny.
Hey, own up to your struggles.
Right.
I mean, it's living single, right?
It is living single, and you gotta be honest with, and that's the most important part. You gotta be honest with yourself
Mm-hmm.
before you even think
Mhm.
about saying yes to someone who's like, I want you to be my girlfriend. If you don't know yourself, that relationship is about to fail.
Right. Especially
Like,
if dude don't. Like,
right.
two people who don't really understand who
Each
they are.
other?
Right.
Like, that's
That's
a
a sunken
Right.
shit.
Right.
Like that.
Because
Yeah.
eventually, one of us is going to figure out who we are.
Who we are.
And it might not match up. Okay.